stage is set for an iconic weekend of racing, where drivers make a name for themselves. On the big stage of Charlotte. Who's looking to make history? On the biggest weekend of racing, we're in the Queen City or the ARCA Series. Here on FS1.
Welcome to the General Tire 150 at Charlotte on FS1. 23 drivers have been waiting patiently, maybe impatiently, all day long for this very moment to race in NASCAR's backyard. That is one of them, Corey Heim. He and the 18 of Ty Gibbs have been the class of the field in the ARCA Menards series. Swapping wins, 3 for that gentleman right there of Ty Gibbs. What a day it has been already. Let's take a look at the season so far after 5 races. See Corey Heim in the 20, an average finish of 1.8. His worst finish this year, 3rd. Ty Gibbs, 3 wins with an average finish of 6.8. What these two gentlemen are doing is truly incredible. Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Little. Phil Parsons next to me. And tonight, we're excited to welcome in a rookie to the booth, Matt DiBenedetto. Of course, he drives for Menards for the Wood Brothers in the Cup Series. Matty D, welcome to the booth, my friend. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Jamie and Phil, it's good to be on here. Thank you. I've got the rookie stripes on my back, as we talked about earlier. First time up in the broadcast booth, so pretty excited about that. And pumped to be able to watch from this view, a little bit different than what I'm used to watch these guys in the ARCA Menards series. So pumped, glad to represent Menards properly and having a good time up here.
Yes, there is no view like the booth, that's for sure. And Phil, we just talked about these two drivers, Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim. What impresses you the most between them?
Well, just the maturity for their age. It's unbelievable. I mean, Ty Gibbs has won everything this year. He's won in the East Series. He's won in the West Series. He's won 3 ARCA races. He's won 2 Xfinity races, including about 2 hours ago here at the very, very tough Charlotte Motor Speedway. He has won everything this year, with the exception of the lottery, I think. And Corey Heim's the same way. You mentioned his average finish, 1.8. He has the best career average finish of anybody in ARCA history in the modern era. Unbelievable what these two 18-year-olds are doing.
For sure, unbelievable. And Matt, what are these drivers up against tonight? It is a hot and slick track with traction compound and a lot of rubber laid down from Cup Series earlier and, of course, the Xfinity race.
You know what's hard for me to wrap around is thinking about the fact, it makes me feel like a veteran at this point, is that these guys, there are a lot of these drivers that haven't even raced at Charlotte Motor Speedway ever. And what it makes me think of is, man, this place for us, even in myself driving my car, my 21 car, this place is really edgy. And then you got the traction compound, mixed into it. So it's very edgy to drive. So I'm curious to see how these guys manage the cars side-by-side racing. It's going to be, this is a really tough place.
For sure, and they'll have 100 laps to do it. Well, another driver we've been keeping our eye on is Nick Sanchez. He's a rookie this year, and he has been on a roll, fresh off a 3rd place finish at Toledo. And our own Kate Osborne caught up with him moments ago.
It's a fire suit today, but just days ago, it was all about that suit and tie life. Nick Sanchez was recently featured in Forbes magazine. What is your side hustle business all about, Nick?
Yeah, well, I'm actually a mortgage broker aside from being a driver. It's a unique business. It's opened a lot of doors for me in the professional side of it, but I enjoy it. I really do. I definitely get it from my mom, but it's unique, and it's something that, regardless of how my racing career goes, I'm going to build off of.
Taking it here to the track, Nick, you've had some solid runs lately, but you're a rookie here at Charlotte. How advantageous was that test in the practice session earlier?
I think it was big just for me to learn the ropes of Charlotte, and I think we got our car tuned up pretty good. Track conditions changed a little today, but I think when the time's right, 7:38, I think our car is really going to come in, and that's when it's going to be at its best.
All right, we'll be seeing you out there on track. And Jamie, Phil, just in case you're into needing a new mortgage, this guy has you covered.
Thanks, Kay. Hey, I'm a big fan of the side hustle. You always have to have a plan B when you're in the racing business, right?
Without a doubt.
What has stood out to you about Nick?
I just think his consistency. Again, he's got a great crew chief. A fella used to crew chief for me, Steve Plattenberger, calling the shots. He said he's a quick learner. Really did a nice job on the test over here at Charlotte a few weeks ago.
And they have a lot of support, actually. They have the cars from Brett Holmes Racing. That seems to have really made a difference
Yeah,
this
without
season.
a doubt. And they still need some more cars, too. They're looking for more material.
Yes, well, we have 23 drivers strapped in and ready to go. Let's go trackside for the command.
Joining us now to deliver the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Marketing and Events Manager from Continental Tire of the Americas, Chuck Flanagan.
Drivers, start your engines!
They're fired and ready to go. The best weekend in racing continues right here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We will drop the green flag in just moments. Welcome back to the General Tire 150 at Charlotte. The beautiful sights and sounds of NASCAR's backyard. NASCAR Hall of Fame, if you're in Charlotte visiting, this is a great place to see. Not to mention this amazing mile-and-a-half racetrack we call Charlotte Motor Speedway. See the ARCA Menards Series officials giving them the go-ahead as cars drive off onto the racetrack. And just about an hour ago, the General Tire pole award went to this man. We've already talked about him a lot. Ty Gibbs picked up his 5th straight pole of the season. Let's dial him up, Phil. What do you think?
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the General Tire starting grid, and while we're doing that, we'll see if we can get a hold of Ty here. Hey, Ty Gibbs, Phil, Jamie, and Matt up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Ty, great job today in the Xfinity race. I'm really, really proud of you. Super job. Congratulations. You didn't even have time to celebrate before you had to come over and jump in this ARCA car and qualify.
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy day. I haven't really done any of these before, but I'm a little worn out, but I think we got some left in the tank tonight, and I hope you guys have some time watching.
Well, nobody can tell us more about the differences between those Xfinity cars you just drove and this ARCA car. How do these things differ on this racetrack?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. We've got, this one's a lot more downforce, less power. Less downforce, more power, so just kind of learning as we go. But, you know, in life, you're running race cars on the edge, so we do that all the time. Or too much different.
All right, buddy, appreciate you talking to us. Have a great day. I think he's already had a pretty good day.
He said he's exhausted. I'm one of his competitors right now. I'm about to pounce on this one. Today's Rookie Spotlight brought to you by Bounty. Here's a look at the standings. Corey Heim in the 20. We talked about his 2 wins already. Consistency is key, and that is why in the point standings for the Bounty Rookie Challenge, he is above Ty Gibbs, who has more wins than him at this point.
Yeah, we're going to see these two battle it out all year long for the Bounty Rookie as well as this championship, I believe.
We will. Let's check in one more time with Kate Osborne.
Well, Jamie, would you believe that only 8 of the 23 drivers who are entered tonight have actually raced around Charlotte Motor Speedway? One of those drivers is Thad Moffitt, who actually ran here in 2019 and finished 10th. He told me having just that one experience was priceless. He now knows the feel of those bumps in turn 3, the nuances of that tri-oval, and he said he had to learn that the hard way the first time he went out. So having these feelings going into the car, that gives him a whole lot of confidence as he qualified 3rd today to get started here in Charlotte.
Thank you, Kate. Now we'll have 4 onboards for this evening's coverage.
Yeah, Thad Moffitt, we're going to ride along with Thad. Thad has really had a nice season after trouble at Daytona, getting caught in a wreck. He's piled up 4 consecutive 6th place finishes. This is a General Tire onboard.
He'll be riding on board with a 35 also of Greg Van Alst, brought to us by CB Fabricating. That's why we can ride along, starting in 6th place. So we'll have quite a good view of that.
We're also going to ride along with Corey Heim, one of our Bounty Rookie Spotlight drivers. And obviously, Corey already 2 wins this year. He won the last race of the season last year at Kansas. So 3 wins already in his young ARCA career.
Got an onboard with the 02 car of Tony Breidinger, and she is sponsored by Hair Club for this one.
And Tony Breidinger starting back there in 17th. Well, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, head over to the ARCA Menards Series Twitter page at ARCA_racing to vote on what moment you think was today's sweet move of the race, presented by Reese's. And, well, if the past races are any indication, we should have plenty of sweet moves of this race. Let's check in with the 2 of Nick Sanchez.
All right, you got to stay under control tonight. Race the racetrack, right? Got it. You got to think, and you know, calculate your moves and whatnot. But just run all the laps, get experience. Gotcha.
Great advice right there, Jamie, isn't it, Matt? Run all the laps.
Yeah, first things first, keep it clean around here. And these cars, too, a difference that Ty was talking about is the Xfinity cars have less downforce, more horsepower. These cars have more downforce, which doesn't necessarily mean easier to drive because your mid-corner speeds are higher, and sometimes that can actually give you more of an edgy feel.
About 500 horsepower for these cars.
Let's take a look at our General Tire race analysis. 100 laps, 150 miles. First race here was in 1996. Tim Steele was the winner. And we're going to have a competition caution somewhere around lap number 50. These guys can pit and put tires on any caution, but we definitely will have one on lap number 50.
And a reminder, it is modified live pit stops, so there's no gain on pit road necessarily. They'll be timed on their pit stops. They can change tires, they can add fuel, but they can't do them at the same time. As the pace car continues to make its way around the backstretch.
A little surprised Corey Heim starting so far back. We had a practice session, and the guys took the fastest lap. ARCA took the fastest lap, and that's how they will line up for the race. Corey Heim only 9th quickest in his Venturini car.
Yeah, that was surprising. But you got Dave Mader back there. Finished second at Talladega. Nice qualifying there in 11th.
Talked to him this afternoon. So happy to be here. So excited to be here, and still pumped up about that second place finish at Talladega.
I'll tell you, the local news in Talladega talked more about Dave Mader's finish of second at 65 than they actually did the winner.
Judging by Corey's average finish here, Corey Heim, I'd say he's probably going to find his way on up there in just a little bit.
Pace car is off. Ty Dillon leading the field to green on the inside. Green flag is out. We got a smoker early.
Trouble already.
Ty Gibbs with a great launch. He did that earlier today in the Xfinity Series. Just so good on the restarts.
Nice start by Thad Moffitt, too, to grab that second spot.
It's funny, I was talking to Ty Gibbs earlier in the garage. Who was talking to us? Ty Dillon. I said, great, we've got the two ties together.
Jamie, I thought I was the one with the rookie stripes, not you. Come on now.
I know, it happens to the best of us.
You're just trying to make me feel better about this
That's
debut.
right.
See, most of the drivers not messing with the traction compound yet. We saw it worked really well during the Xfinity race, but nobody wants to be the first one up there because this racetrack sat for an hour or two.
Yeah, and it also takes heat for it to come in too. So even though it was in the Xfinity race, you can jump out here in the ARCA race and then be like, oh, it was in for those guys, and you jump up in it and it can be cold and actually still feel like ice. So I'm sure they'll work it in a bit because it's going to be fast.
That was the 12 of DL Wilson that was smoking right off the start, and he's actually slow on the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3. Will stay green as long as he can make his way around, guys, but it looks like he's almost coming to a stop. Let's take a look back at the 63. Dave Mader, we talked about, already made up 3 spots, but look how loose he got.
He had those right sides up in the traction compound, Matt, exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, without that heat in it, it can take a little bit to come in, and like I was saying, man, this track is edgy. We got a caution already out here for the 12 car stopped.
And the caution is out for the 12. Let's listen in to see what happened with DL Wilson.
What do you got on the gauges, DL?
It's not running. It blew up, I think.
Yeah, I saw it pop. I don't think there's any sense in taking it to the pit stall. Bring it back to the garage.
All this anticipation, you finally get here, the race starts, and your engine lets go so early on. Well, we will rack them back up, and we will drop that green flag in just moments. Stick with us. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, by Sioux Chief, America's manufacturer of plumbing, drainage, and support products, and by Richmond Water Heaters, the water heater experts, available at Menards. And welcome back to the ARCA Menards Series. 6 laps, and we are under caution. Let's take a listen to the radio of the 46.
He's beating you in a particular spot off of 3 and 4.
study a little bit, right? The kid's obviously fairly good. One earlier today has won a few of these. So study what he's doing and see if you can mimic that for your car and see if that helps you or not. If it does, you learn something. If it doesn't, you learn something. We'll try something else. But always be studying when you're around good cars. Cam 4.
He's pretty good.
And that's Kevin Hamlin on the radio. He's spotting for Thad Moffitt this year. And yes, he's a great spotter and a good driver. And I think that's great advice.
A good judge of character, too, because he said Ty's pretty good.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There's no,
I like how he's very matter of fact. He won earlier today. He's won a few of these. But just, stay on him.
And there's no replacing all the laps that Ty has on the racetrack before all these other guys out here.
Ty knows how to get it done. That is for sure. I don't think he thinks of anything else in this life than racing. Once again, Ty Gibbs on the inside, Thad Moffitt on the outside.
That spun the tires a bit. Outside line's kind of hard to get going sometimes. Ty got a really good jump.
Matt called it, said Corey Heim wouldn't stay back in ninth for long. Now he's battling for the second spot.
Didn't take long at all.
Not at all.
Lap 7.
Nice start for Nick Sanchez. He takes over the second spot. The 20 of Corey Heim fell back quite a bit going into turn 3. It looked like Nick Sanchez a little bit better there.
Really nice move by Greg Van Alst. He jumped to the outside of Thad Moffitt in the traction compound and made it work.
Let's look back at the restart. Watch the 46 on the outside.
It kind of reminds me of Atlanta, Phil. When you're on the outside line, it's just hard to get going. You spin the tires. It's kind of a disadvantage on the outside to get going.
They stacked him up, had a little bit of contact. A big contact.
Yeah, Scott Melton just about turned that thing around when he nailed the gas.
All Ty Gibbs out front, lap number 10.
Really, Nick Sanchez, you mentioned, really doing a nice job. Jumped out there in second. He's opened up about 20 car lengths now on the third place running Corey Heim.
Nick Sanchez, part of the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program and making the most of it for sure. Let's check in once again with Kate.
Amy, Phil, you two were talking about Corey Heim, who started 9th and he's now moved up to 3rd. Well, he told me after qualifying there is something wrong with that car. It was bad at the test. It was not comfortable at Kansas. And he said it's handling, but he cannot commit to the corners. He said it doesn't matter how much they tighten it, it stays the same. Well, under that caution, Corey said it's still a little bit off. It's too early to tell, and I'll know more once I'm in that clean air. And as he's making his way up the board, I think that's what he's aiming to try and get.
You heard a lot of the truck drivers as well as the Xfinity drivers, Matt, talking about the bumps getting in turn 3. You've been on this racetrack today. They said that really is freeing those cars up getting in turn 3.
I feel like it gets worse every year we come here. We actually were working on some shock stuff in practice because I was like, man, over in 3 and 4, it feels like it gets worse every year that we come here. The bumps, they upset the car a lot. Just a minute ago, I was actually noticing the 46 of Thad Moffitt, because of that restart, he fell back to 5th. He's behind the 35 of Van Alst, and he's stuck in the dirty air now because of that bad restart behind Van Alst. You can see him right here, and he's definitely quicker, but he just can't get by. He had a big moment when he landed in turn 1, got really sideways.
We had the drivers-only broadcast just a few hours ago for the Xfinity Series, and Joey Logano talked about it being like a cobblestone road. It's so bumpy now that it wears out so much, and not to mention how weather-sensitive and heat-sensitive this racetrack is.
That's why I think these ARCA competitors are going to get a break because it's overcast right now. Obviously, the track temperature going down because of the sun not baking the racetrack.
Yeah, give them a little bit of extra grip and security.
Greg Van Alst, I'm just so impressed with what he's doing. He wasn't intentionally planning on running more than a handful of races. This guy has a full-time job, a fence company in Anderson, Indiana, and things have just been rolling for them. And now he's got his onboard. He sponsored his onboard. The feedback that he's gotten with his buddies and getting more money together to go to race after race has really been impressive.
And at that solid top 10 at Kansas, his best career finish, he finished 7th.
And I love what he told us on the Zoom call a couple of weeks ago. He's like, I'm not afraid to go to the kids and ask them for advice. So he was calling Corey Heim and asking him what he's going to do at different, he's never been to this racetrack, and same at Kansas.
And he won last weekend at Winchester, really tough half mile in the ARCA CRA series.
Imagine going from Winchester to Charlotte Motor Speedway.
It may be about the same.
Yeah, no kidding.
3 of our top 8 have already raced this weekend, you guys. Of course, Ty, we talked about him winning the Xfinity Series earlier today, but Drew Dollar raced in the Truck Series. Jack Wood was in the Truck Series now. He made his debut in the Truck Series at COTA last week. Talk about a tough place to hop in a truck for your first time.
And throw a little water on the racetrack, too.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I think this might sound a little bit crazy, but I think there's more similarity in racing a truck in an ARCA car versus an Xfinity in the ARCA car. Oh!
Contact. The 15.
That was Drew Dollar, ran into the back of Corey Heim. His teammate, Thad Moffitt, did a nice job avoiding the carnage. And here comes Jack Wood. Jack's going to grab several positions up to 4th.
These guys know we're talking about him or what?
Apparently.
Drew Dollar had a rough go of it on Friday in the Truck Series. Wrecked in practice and then had a tough go of it in the Truck Series race last night as well. Look back at what just happened. The contact between Drew Dollar and the 15 on the inside.
I don't think Drew had any idea that Corey was going to back off as early. He must be having trouble in those bumps getting in the corner because he just about stopped, it looked like.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. And from the start of the race, Jamie, you even mentioned it, the 20 of Corey Heim is backing up the entry to 3 for probably not having the security that he needs to get in the corner. And that caught Drew Dollar way off guard getting in the corner.
Yeah, that goes back to what Kate reported. Something's just wrong, and he's obviously not feeling security getting into 3 there. Here's his onboard. Drew Dollar, there's a 20.
Well, all 3 of those drivers did a nice job saving those cars.
Yeah, really good save. You really can't place the blame on anybody, even if you're Drew Dollar that got into the back of him. I wouldn't have expected him to check up that much.
Let's listen to Drew Dollar's radio.
That's 20, what's up? Yeah, I know. It's all good. Regroup. Dan, just talking about just at the top. Let's go eat.
He was stopped at about 130 miles an hour, I'm sure.
I was talking to crew chief Shannon Rush for Corey Heim, and he said they didn't have a very good test over here. The car did not really act that well. He said it was set up just like the other cars. We see right now that obviously that Drew Dollar's car was set up very similar. Parker Chase as well, but for some reason that car's just not responding.
It's interesting. Ty Gibbs, he is kind of a different team than Venturini Motorsports. They're all Toyota, but they are certainly different teams. It's been all Ty Gibbs. We're 20 laps in. Stay with us. Well, we talked about Drew Dollar having a rough day yesterday. This was in practice, early in practice, right off turn 2. Backed the truck up for Kyle Busch Motorsports. They went to a backup truck last night, and this is what happened during the race. Trey Hutchins stopped off of turn 4. Drew Dollar trying to go to the inside, and here comes Johnny Sauter. Did not see Trey Hutchins sitting there on the track. Big disaster, and ended the night early for Drew Dollar.
Yeah, well, if I was Drew Dollar's crew chief, the main thing I would be focusing on is to tell him not to lose any confidence. When you have a rough day like that, it happens to all of us, but I saw it live when he crashed in practice, and he got up in the what's supposed to be traction compound, but like we said, sometimes it's not so sticky, and he got up in it early, and it turned around. You know, it's just nothing he can do about it, but that's the big thing. Rough day, I would tell him shake it off so he's good to go and has the confidence in driving the race car tonight.
I really want to see Drew's potential with this team. Sure, it's Venturini Motorsports like it was last year, but he has a different crew, a different team. And Billy Venturini, his crew chief, he just can't say enough great things about them. He really wants to bring a win to them.
Yeah, as we watch our leader, Ty Gibbs, I really think Kansas, when Drew finished second, I thought that was the best race that I'd ever seen him run. Really did a nice job. Obviously, didn't have quite enough to race Ty Gibbs, but an outstanding second-place run for Drew.
And the 46 you saw there, Thad Moffitt hanging there in the top 5, battling, trying to go to the inside. There he is, the inside of Greg.
Oh, he got loose. I got that air taken off the side. Oh, is he going to keep it off everything? Yep.
Just hope everybody else avoids him. He spun while 5th. Gotta love the sound of it from the onboard camera there.
I've noticed Thad had a lot of moments in this race of being loose. He was battling dirty air, and then when he got someone on the right side of him trying to pass, Greg Van Alstyne just took the air off the right side, and he couldn't do anything. Couldn't hang on to it.
Look back here.
worst possible scenario, isn't it, Matt? When you get down in here and that car stays up there, it actually pulls down closer to you. It just pulls that back end around.
I'm telling you, it's hard for me to describe the feeling when somebody enters the corner at 180 miles an hour right on your door. It sucks you around with you having zero control of your car.
Another angle here. You hear you drivers say so often twitchy, that it's twitchy. You're just on that fine line like we saw. That little bit of air gets taken off and around you go.
Yeah, when they enter on your door, it takes all your side force away and you have nothing to lean on.
So just you and him. I think the second lane might be your jam there. That looks pretty good. Stay with it. Still outside even. Still there. Just you and him. Still there. Hang on, hang on. Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.
Good advice. Lock it down,
Yes.
get stopped.
Yeah, good job at keeping it off the wall. I'm telling you, spinning out is an art in itself as well. There's sometimes you're having to gas it up, lock up the brakes at the right time to keep it off the wall.
Well, seems to be okay at this point. They'll bring him in, fix him up, and get him back going again. We'll continue here. We're 30 laps into 100. It's the ARCA Menards series. Welcome back to the General Tire 150 at Charlotte on FS1. Pace car is out. 46 at Thad Moffitt stopped in and made his way back around. Super Speedway Challenge. Each year, General Tire sponsors this Super Speedway Challenge. And Phil, you will explain. This is pretty neat for these team owners.
Yeah, every racetrack that's over a mile and a quarter, they have a separate little point fund, and that goes to the car owner. So you can have different drivers. Like we know the 25 has different drivers for Billy Venturiti's team. And also the same thing for Stacy Holmes. And it's a year-long battle, 7 or 8 races, and the combined points, and the car owner will win that championship.
Well, I mentioned that Thad Moffitt stopped in to get some service after his spin. Kate, you have more?
Yeah, Jamie, he actually got free, loosened from under him. They did 4 tires, fuel, and a track bar adjustment. One of the things that Thad said as he left, dang, I should have been more patient, and he was apologetic to the team. Another interesting note about Thad is he actually grew up in turn 1, literally as the Petty family had a condo here, and he hopes to make a move back to turn 1 condos at some point in his career as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I liked his helmet as well. If you guys saw his grandfather, Richard Petty, airbrushed on his helmet there, that was pretty cool. The King here, by the way. Talked to him yesterday. First time he's been at the racetrack in just under a year. Last time was Talladega during the pandemic. So he's here. Dale Inman is here, and they couldn't be smiling more. So happy to be here.
And great to see fans here as well.
Yes. Awesome to see and hear the fans. You hear the reaction during qualifying and practice.
So much better than when we had to do, like, you had the national anthem and a flyover, and it'd be just pure silence.
Yes.
This isn't right. This isn't going to be amped up.
How fun is that for you, Matt, just to hear the reaction of the fans when you're out there and you're introduced?
You know, I try and look at the positives of everything, and I'll say that's one big takeaway and a big positive I have is if we didn't already, we have a heck of an extra appreciation for the fans because it allows you to really understand the dynamic that they bring here. It's nothing without them.
The energy. That's really
and
what
they start at all ages, Jamie. They start at all ages.
Look at that. Aw, great mommy. All right, as they bring it around turn 4, the Toyota Camry, bring it down pit road. We're going to listen in on the 35 of Greg Van Alst's radio.
3, 2, 1, green, green. Good start, sir. Go inside, can't change lanes. Line clear. Yep, you can move to the bottom if you want to. Whatever you need by 2. Whatever you need by 2. Line rapid here.
Let's see if Nick Sanchez has anything for Ty Gibbs. Greg Van Alst doing a nice job. Great restart. Good information from the spotter. Right on the back bumper of Nick Sanchez.
Greg Van Alst had no traffic around him. It was a nice, clean start for him.
That dirty air got Greg Van Alst there.
Yeah, lost the front end there. How about, we think that's Nick Sanchez's family up there, his own cheering section.
Judging by the reaction, that must be his mother. I know his mom, his grandparents, his sisters, entire family moved to North Carolina for Nick Sanchez to live out his dream here in the ARCA Menards series.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Family sport, and there's nothing like having your family support on good days, bad days, no matter what. It's a great day at the racetrack.
Absolutely. Nick Sanchez got a good restart there, and he was actually able to stay on the right rear of Ty Gibbs. I kind of was wanting him to suck down on the right rear and drag him back a little bit harder, but I know it's a little early in the race.
Ty Gibbs just so focused and so good. I mean, for him to do what he did earlier, and it wasn't easy. He actually spun in the Xfinity Series, had to fight his way back, and went to victory lane, barely got to celebrate anything, said, oh, I won, I talked to the media, and he came back out, jumped in this car, and has been there ever since.
So he spun in the Xfinity race, and we got a great appreciation for this nice turf we have down here. It didn't tear the race car up, so thank you, Charlotte Motor Speedway. We love it.
Yes, they removed the grass. I believe it was 2 years ago now. Put the turf in.
Yep.
Unbelievable. The difference when you guys slide through the turf, it doesn't rip the front end off these race cars, and you can continue. Kate, what are they saying in Van Al's pit?
Well, they sure are giving him a whole lot of tips. They're telling him to stay up in the PJ1. Do not straddle it. You need to run all 4 tires up in the black. A note about Greg Van Alst tonight. He is running for his uncle that unfortunately passed away last night. He was one that attended many of his races, and it actually ended up being his mom and dad's neighbor as well. So Uncle Larry, this one is for you from everybody in the Van Alst camp.
Thank you for that, Kate. Very nice.
He's doing a great job, too. Good side-by-side battle here. That's Kyle Sieg, the 28 on the inside. Dave Mater, the 63 on the outside. Thad Moffitt, remember, Thad came in and got 4 tires, but Thad is being shown 1 lap down, but he is in the free pass position, and we know that we're going to get a caution around lap 50, so Thad just needs to stay right there, and he'll get that lap back.
Yep.
Got the 28 of Kyle Sieg, who's 20, and you've got the 63 of Dave Mater, who's 65. I love this stuff.
20 times 3 is how many?
Nick Sanchez. Well, tail happy. It's been all Ty Gibbs. He's led 40 of 100, but look at that family rooting on their boy, Nick Sanchez. Well, it's a great evening to give away some of Clint Boyer's money. The Fox Bet Super 6 app is giving you a chance to win Clint's brand new Camping World RV and $25,000 for free. Just download the app and pick 6 race outcomes about Stage 2 of the Coca-Cola 600 for your shot to win. It's free to play. Don't miss out and play now. I don't know why I've heard Clint talk about it so much. I just hear his voice in my head when I say it.
Well, and Michael swears that some of that money that Clint's giving away is money that he made when he drove for Michael.
He says it every time, every race broadcast. Clint has so much fun, especially the guy just won the RV, and he's like, man, I'm just going to go find him and just have some beers with him. I love what Boyer's brought to our team at Fox Sports. He's just so fun.
Yeah,
and
breath of fresh air.
He is. He's the same guy on and off the racetrack, right? Right, Matty D?
Never lacking energy, that's for sure. Him as a Ford teammate was an absolute blast to have. We did some team building events together, and yeah, he always brought the life to the party.
Yeah, he says the things you wish you could say, right?
Good shot of Max Gutierrez. Really doing a nice job running in the 7th spot here. Longtime friends with the Sabates family. Look on the hood of that car. That is Felix Sabates, who all of us in racing know and love. That is his parents. He lost both his parents. Jamie, you know the story. And they would have been married 77 years.
Beautiful story. They had just turned 100 years old, both of them, and then both passed away soon after. So we're on lap 49. Our competition caution should be coming at any moment. Denise Engel is our flag woman for the ARCA Menards series. Been doing it quite a few years. She's got the flag in her hand. There she is. A mom of 5 children, I believe. Loves her job. Can you imagine standing in that flag stand?
No,
All
I
those
cannot.
cars racing underneath you. And the responsibility that you have.
Because I know the drivers. I know Ben. I would not want to be there.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust me that much.
Nice battle here. Parker Chase all over Greg Van Alst. We haven't even talked about Parker Chase in the 25 running this ARCA Menards Series race. He was in the Truck Series for Kyle Busch Motorsports last week at COTA. Ran one other time and told me simply, I'm a road racing guy and I just need to get oval experience.
Really doing a nice job, obviously, with the great team, Menards Motorsports.
Put it out. This will be the competition caution.
You hear it there. Caution flag waves. As they all slow down, they will bring them down pit road for service, and we will step aside. Got the kids of all ages. It's so great to see. 70 degrees. It is a beautiful night here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's take a look now at our General Tire driver profile.
I would like to win Charlotte as much as any racetrack. That's where everybody's family's at. So, you know, the majority of the people that work in the garage have their family there or they're close by. So, you know, to be able to go win at Charlotte is, I mean, for me personally, like winning Daytona.
I was actually fortunate to get a test here 2 weeks ago, and it's probably the fastest and roughest track I've ever been on. It's definitely going to be challenging, but the thrill of speed is insane, and it's probably the most fun I've ever had in a race car.
It's a racetrack that really pulls the driver down in the seat and has a lot of character to it. Puts a lot in the driver's hands for a mile-and-a-half racetrack.
I think a key to success in Charlotte is being able to run the wall, getting into 3, you know, hold that wide entry, go up over the bumps, you know, and then your entry to 1 is really, really important. So I think entry to corner on both ends and being able to get off the corner at Charlotte is really, really important.
I've never raced on the big track at Charlotte. I've done the quarter mile and legend cars summers ago for a couple summers actually. So Charlotte's going to be a special place for me to run at, and it'll be neat to be on the big track this time.
And Drew Dollar's had quite the experience over the last couple of days. His first time here. Well, the pits were open. Kate, what'd you hear and see there?
Well, for the number 18 of Ty Gibbs, a few laps ago, he said it's a tick tight. Crew chief Mark McFarland said, we'll add a little tape to the grill to free you up. And Ty reminded him, not too much. It's 4 tires and fuel for him. Meanwhile, in the number 2 of Nick Sanchez, they said the longer this car goes, the better it's getting. It is 4 tires and fuel for him as well. Moving on to the number 21 of Jack Wood. That spotter said on lap 42 to run that bottom just a few laps to get a feel for it. The feedback from the condition of the car that Jack gave was it's free over bumps, it's tight on exits, so they said they're going to make a few different adjustments to make that car a little more comfortable. 4 tires and fuel for Jack Wood. Again, he's one of these guys who's gaining experience in many cars, finishing 15th in the trucks last night.
Thank you for all of that, Kate. Yes, a lot of adjustments there. And we were talking about the Sanchez family. Look, guys, I'm Insta famous. I love the reaction. We got to keep our cameras on her. She's fun. We'll be back. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by General Tires. Anywhere is possible. By Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's, not sorry. And by Hers. Hers Potato Chips. Break out the Hers. All right, getting ready for the restart. Nick Sanchez in that too on the outside. Had a great restart earlier.
See, Ty Gibbs is actually the control car from the bottom of the racetrack. Nick got to the start-finish line under caution a little bit quicker. That's why he's being shown as our leader. But Ty Gibbs is actually in control of this restart.
Ty Gibbs has been flawless on his restarts all day long. Nick Sanchez stays to his right rear.
He did a good job there, staying on his right rear.
Really good job.
Couldn't quite stay on.
These teams have had an opportunity to adjust on these cars. Let's see who made the right adjustments. Look at Greg Van Alst jump to the outside of Drew Dollar.
There we go, using the PJ1. Oh, man, hung on to it.
Ty Gibbs continues to lead here, and Nick Sanchez in second. They get to that spot between 1 and 2, Matt. What is that transition like when you're on the outside?
If the PJ1 or the traction compound, I should say, is in, I would rather be on the outside and use that to my advantage to have the momentum off turn 2.
I have to mention Jason Kitzmiller in the 97 was the free pass there.
Thad Moffitt now also back on the lead lap.
Now, what's his tire situation, Phil? He's going to be down on some laps on a little older tires.
Well, you get 8 tires in the pits. If he elected to put tires on, we know when he spun, he put tires on. As we watched Jack Wood and Drew Dollar battle side by side, if he put tires on again there, then he's probably out of tires.
Gotcha.
And when Phil says 8 tires, he means 2 sets of tires. The ARCA Menards series is different than we hear in the NASCAR National Series, where it's sets. Here, it's tires. Caution, turn 4, Kyle Sieg. To see what happened here.
Looks like he spun. You see his right rear tire is down, but I don't see any damage to that car. He's going to limp on down pit road, which is smart.
I'll bring it on to pit road. I'll take that last set of tires for him. Well, tomorrow at 9 a.m., head over to the ARCA Menards Twitter page at ARCA_racing to vote on what moment you think was today's sweet move at the race presented by Reese's. And I think it's safe to say, guys, we've had a few already. We'll take a look at those. And we will return to Charlotte Motor Speedway after this. Beautiful evening, 70 degrees. Perfect night for a little cornhole and a little football. And while they do that, let's take a look at our Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap.
See, Greg Van Alstad took the opportunity to do a little bit of work. I think maybe his car wouldn't restart during the halftime break, so they jumped it off, and away he goes right now, running up in the top 10.
12 of D.L. Wilson had to be pushed back. He had a problem on the first lap of this race.
There's a Reese's nominee right there. I'm going to give Jack Wood my nomination there to get by all those cars.
The 46 of Thad Moffitt goes around, keeps it clean though, came in, picked up some fresh tires. Back on the lead lap now.
We got Ty Gibbs up front. He's been super fast. And crew chief Mark McFarland for that, Phil. We were talking about that a little bit ago. I worked with Mark back in my K&N days. Really, really smart guy. And a lot of people may not know, heck of a racer back in the day.
Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap, 63 of 100 laps. It's been all Ty Gibbs. That's been the story of the day. Cars on the lead lap right now, 13.
Yeah, really all day long. Not just this race.
Right, all day. Laps led in wins this season.
Wow. He actually had led almost 65% of all laps run this year coming into this race.
Here you go. It's been 226 days since another driver has led on a 1.5 mile track. That was Corey Heim last season at Kansas. Let's check in with Kate.
Well, Jamie, we heard at the top of the show that Nick Sanchez said that his car was going to come to him right around 8 o'clock, and it seems like it's going to be doing that. He said he's getting better and understanding what it means to be on offense instead of defense in the car. Let's listen to the team.
We just need to do the same thing till the end here. If we can beat that 18, we will. If we can't, we're not going to take a chance at messing our car up trying to run him down, okay? Got it.
Really good advice there.
Yeah,
push it, but be careful.
And I love a driver that listens. There aren't that many of them that do.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, guys, I got to throw in here. We were talking about the Richmond Water Heaters mid-race. What was that called?
Recap.
Mid-race recap. And we are in the middle of building a house right now. So I'm going to tell you, having Menards as a sponsor and Richmond Water Heaters was nice enough to actually send us the water heaters for our house, which are about to go in. And great time to drive the 21 car and have Menards as a sponsor right when we happen to be building a house. So thank you. Not
much you can't get at a Menards store. I've learned now that I'm a Hoosier living in Indiana. We have one right down the street.
Oh, we got a lot.
Toyota Camry leads the field as we get ready to go back to green. All right, we're going to check in with the Sanchez family as we get ready to drop the green flag. We'll watch their reaction because it has been fun. I'm guessing this is his mother. If not, they're just huge fans of Nick Sanchez. Green flag is in the air.
Oh, good job again.
Nick has done a really nice job, especially from the outside, which is a little bit tougher to get hooked up.
Yeah, here's where he needs to be able to stay right down there in that right rear.
He's there.
He did it that time. That's what he needed to do.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
what
there we go. Took the lead. He was able to drag back the 18 of Ty Gibbs, and that got him the lead.
I don't think Ty's going to want him to keep the lead very long.
Man.
First time all evening that we've seen another car get around the 18 of Ty Gibbs. Didn't last long, but that's got to boost your confidence to know that your car was good enough on that restart.
Oh, he got a little free there getting into one.
Technically, Ty Gibbs never lost the lead because he was leading at the start-finish line, even though we all know that Nick Sanchez was leading this race.
We saw it. It's not going to show, but for his confidence on a restart, he was the only one that has been able to beat Ty.
Well, Jack Wood did a nice job getting by Drew Dollar. Jack's the 21 car, Drew Dollar the 15. Parker Chase lines up in 5th, the 25 car.
You know, I've seen the 21 of Jack Wood be a little more aggressive than some others and getting up in the traction compound. You see him at 1 and 2 actually using it right now.
Jack Wood, one of those drivers from California, moved to North Carolina earlier this year. He's in that Driver's Edge program with Josh Wise. He works out with all of the drivers in that Chevrolet program with Kyle Larson. You've got Noah Gregson. And he said, I just came in thinking I'm just a little ARCA guy. What do I don't fit in. And he said, I can call Kyle Larson and talk to him, get advice on any race. And it's showing his confidence every time he's in the car is getting better.
Speaking of Josh Wise, did you know Josh was running a midget up at Lucas Oil Raceway?
Really?
This weekend? Yeah,
Alex Bowman's midget.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got tired of just telling these guys what to do all the time. I'm going to go out and do it.
It is really cool what those guys do. Josh Wise and all the drivers helping them prepare, not only physically but mentally to be ready for these things, especially coming to a racetrack as tough as Charlotte with a lot of speed.
Chris Hacker in the 94 there. Nice move over Dave Mader. Nice battle back and forth.
Yeah,
Did
that
you see
moves
the
him
hair?
up in the top 10. He had great hair.
I love hair like that. Just reminds me of Borised, which we had a Borised sighting in the race last weekend.
At Coda, yes. Look at Jack Wood hanging right with Nick Sanchez. Jack moves up into the traction compound. Looks like that traction compound's working right now, Matt.
Yeah, it's starting to come in, get that good heat in it. And Jack Wood, like I was saying, he's jumped up in it, made some good ground, especially through 1 and 2. I don't know through 3 and 4 if it's worked quite as good. What he's, there we go, you see him in it right now. I think what he's going to battle now is he's kind of in that bubble of where the dirty air effect's going to, he seems to be a little quicker, but when you get within a handful of car lengths of the guy in front of you, you battle the dirty air effect, getting loose, losing the downforce on your car, so he's stuck in that little bit of a bubble.
And you can see the nose is a little bit higher because he's not getting all that air. You see it. Look how much lower Nick Sanchez's nose is than Jack Wood, because that air is not pushing it down because it's going over the roof of that car.
Yep, yeah, I talk about it a lot, and I say the words dirty air all the time, and it's huge. It's as much of a race for clean air as anything, so that's what that traction compound kind of helps with, so you can have some lane options and try and find clean air and get that momentum.
Jack Wood taking a look to the inside of Nick Sanchez. Doing everything he can, trying to go high, go low.
I think to get by him here, he has good speed. I think what he's going to have to do is really try and find running the opposite lane of Nick Sanchez to get the clean air. That's going to be his only option.
Guys, look who's entered the top 5. Corey Heim. Surprisingly, we have not talked about him much. He had those problems early on. Kate reported that his car just wasn't right in the test here, and it wasn't much better earlier today either.
Gave Shannon Rush a couple opportunities to work. He pitted early, pitted on that lap 30 caution, and then came in at the halftime break. And I think Shannon Rush has definitely made this car better, now battling his teammate Drew Dollar for the 4th spot.
Riding on board that Bounty onboard camera. Great view right there as he's to the outside of Drew Dollar.
Still there, still even at your door, quarter bumper, clear, clear, clear. Go get him, boy, go get him.
Go get him, boy.
I love when everybody gets fired up from the roof to the pits. Kate.
Well, as Drew Dollar is saying right now to his team, it's tighter an exit and it's going towards the wall. This is not unfamiliar for that team here today. He was extremely disappointed after practice. He said they were adding rubber to the left rear to improve the handling. It was tight in the center, it was loose off, and it was running hot, and that car has not been comfortable, though they can say right now they're trying to make it there so Drew can finish up on top.
And Drew Dollar running 5th right now. A little bit of tape on the nose, lots of changes, but it has been all Ty Gibbs. 26 laps to go. It's the General Tire 150. Welcome back to the General Tire 150 at Charlotte, right here on FS1. The sun has set. It's a little breezy, but it is a beautiful evening here in Charlotte. Certainly want to say thank you to all of the families of the fallen, those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, for our ability to be here enjoying this race tonight.
Yeah, this weekend sure means a lot to everybody.
So the battle for second place has continued through the break.
Looks like Nick maybe lost the front end off for turn 2 and opened the door for Jack Wood. He made the nice pass on the bottom. There he goes again.
Yep, Jack was able to have good momentum off 2, and then once he grabbed the left rear quarter of Nick Sanchez to drag him back a little bit, he was good to go. Had the clean air into 3 and was able to complete the pass. His car looks pretty good. I've been watching the lap times, and he's actually fairly comparable in the last handful of laps to Ty Gibbs, which is about the first we've seen of anybody running any sort of similar speed. And that's a fast hot rod. That 21's a GMS racing vehicle.
Max Gutierrez in the wall, we're told.
Racing with Thad Moffitt, the 46 car.
Oh.
Thad squeezed him a little bit, didn't give him a lot of room there.
Yeah, that was hard contact too.
The double dog leg front straightaway here.
General Tire onboard view.
Still there.
They actually have contact?
Looked like a little bit of contact.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know what caused that there. Thad did squeeze him up a little bit. I will tell you, when you're on the even when you're on the straightaway and somebody drags right down on your quarter panel doing what they need to do, it actually does steer your car a little bit. So I don't know if that maybe caught Thad off guard, or he was kind of looking out the right side. Didn't really judge where he was at in the tri-oval and didn't give Max the room he needed.
There's certainly some tire smoke, but he's staying out for now. Max Gutierrez ran at Bristol last year, the ARCA Menards series, but this is the biggest track he's ever raced at.
He won an East race earlier this year.
New Smyrna, I believe, in February. Let's get an update on Nick Sanchez.
There it is.
Right rear tire, I think, is going down, Matt.
Great save. Holy cow.
He's going to have to slow down, I think.
Another Reese's sweetest move of the race, perhaps, right there. That was a nice save. See the tire smoke. And there it goes.
I told him to fall in line. That's why I said fall in line. He stayed beside him and got blasted in the fence.
I don't know about that.
Unfortunate for Max as he drops down. He'll come down pit lane. All right. I set it up once. Kate, what are they saying on the 2 for Nick Sanchez?
Well, they're telling him to run his race and race that track, telling him really good laps and encouraging him. But my question to Phil, how challenging would it be for a driver right now to actually run the race and not the competitors around them?
Well, right now he's about 2.5 seconds behind Jack Wood and a couple seconds ahead of Corey Heim. So he's in a nice bubble right now. He doesn't have to worry about looking in the mirror to see Corey Heim right on his bumper, and he has lost touch with Jack Wood. So with only 12 laps to go, I think it's pretty easy right now. But I mean, if those cars were closer, either in front or behind, it would be a little bit harder not to try to go after him.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a spot where he's battling his car a little bit. Looks loose. He looks pretty hung out. So, yeah, good spot for him to just kind of settle in, race the track, make sure he makes it to the end.
Phil, you talked about after the last round of pit stops, all the adjustments that were made. Who made the right adjustments and maybe who didn't? I would say the 21 of Jack Wood, they really went in the right direction.
I think without a doubt, and obviously Ty Gibbs's car has remained strong this entire race. But Nick Sanchez has been pretty good. I think Jack Wood just got a little bit better after his adjustments.
Corey Heim, for not being happy with that car, still top 4 right now.
Ooh, that might hurt his average finish, though. The 4th.
Worst finish this year is 3rd after 5 races.
Ooh, can't have a 4th thrown in there.
No, just throw that whole average out the window.
Yeah.
Ty Gibbs is going to be one tired pup tonight, but who knows? Oh my God, a spinner. The 10 of Miles.
Big damage.
Certainly got into something or someone there as the caution comes out.
Yeah, Jason's a local here in Concord, North Carolina. One of Andy Hillenberg's cars. Let's see. Look at the top of your screen there. That's Corey Heim going around the outside.
Looks like he just lost it by himself.
Looks like maybe he jerked the wheel maybe to give Corey a little bit more room, and it just sent him down towards the inside safer barrier.
Yeah, that was hard contact too.
So that left rear tire assembly is askew.
See if we can see it from a different angle here.
I think when it started to get sideways, he was pretty close to Corey. Corey was going by to lap him.
So I think at the speed difference there, that air kind of helped suck him around a little bit and couldn't quite hang on to it.
Just Jason Miles' second ARCA Menards Series race of the year. All right, here is today's Reese's sweetest move of the race. To vote on which moment is the sweetest, head to @ARCA_Racing's Twitter page at 9 a.m. Eastern. Here they are.
I think we can give all 4 of these drivers a sweet move. I really like Jack Wood being able to pass all these cars, but every one of these guys made a nice save.
No, no, no. It's not going to go down that easily. Nick Sanchez took the lead momentarily, and then the 18 took it right back.
This is a battle for second, the pass for second. Jack Wood caught Nick Sanchez off of turn 2, beat him down the back straightaway into 3.
So be sure to vote tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I have not had a Reese's
I was just
yet.
where are the Reese's here, Jamie? You're supposed to be in charge of making sure we have them.
They're a hot commodity around here.
I had one in my hauler
can get
yesterday.
Water. Oh, Pam Miller, our producer. Yep, they've got them in the truck. Don't worry, Matt. We see where the priorities are. You know?
If you want one, go in the 21 hauler. We've got a lot.
While we have a moment, let's see what's coming up in the ARCA Menards Series. Next week, we'll be back. We're going road course racing, Mid-Ohio sports car race. And Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, June 25th.
Big weekend up there in Pocono.
Any of those spots stand out to you, Matt?
Oh, I'm really jealous that they go to Mid-Ohio. That's one of my favorite road courses. It's like the short track of road courses. It's super fun and really technical. I'm just, I would selfishly like to see the Cup Series go there one day.
They've only raced there, the ARCA Menards Series, one time, and it was a long time ago, so it'll be everybody's first time there in these cars. Watkins Glen, they get to race up there, one of the most beautiful races on the schedule. So a lot to look forward to. Of course, tonight is race number 6 of 20 for the championship. Kate, what are they saying in Jack Wood's pit?
Well, the crew chief, Chad Bryan, is telling him to turn those fans on. We want to get that motor as cool as we can. They're not quite panicking, but it is just an FYI. And he also is telling Jack Wood to get up on that wheel on this restart. Just what we had talked about in Daytona. So this is a good learning lesson for Jack to see if he can pull through for the team.
Well, he's doing a really nice job so far tonight with his tools, understanding this race car, being in this series.
Ty Gibbs is going to have to withstand at least one more restart here.
I mean, I know we've seen Ty Gibbs be really fast all day, but you got to be careful, though, that Jack Wood has made some pretty good adjustments there on the pit stop, and his car's been good. If he can drag him back, get on the right rear, and get out in front of him, he could make it difficult.
He's got to make it quick. Only 7 laps to go. Let's listen to the radio, Jason Miles, who was just in that caution.
I was telling you, back it down. You can't run that hard like that on old tires with the leaders all over you. They're taking the air off of you. I was half throttle when that happened. To be quarter, but we'll talk about it later, as long as you're all right.
What'd you think there, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, trying to manage your expectations. You know, he said be half throttle. I said I was half throttle. Then be quarter. You just keep the thing underneath you is what they're saying. And Jason said I was trying. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I know that's frustrating because you're in a position where you're just trying to finish out the race and keep it clean. So tough situation there, and probably a learning experience.
I would think it'd be hard to back it down too. I mean, you get caught up in it. You're racing around good cars, and you want to go for it, right? It is the greatest race weekend of the year, and tomorrow it is the Coca-Cola 600. You can see it on Fox at 5:30, but we will have everything covered starting at 4:30 Eastern on race day. I can't wait. It is the longest race we have all year long, and it's supposed to be cooler. I think the racing will be even better. Matt, what do you think? How are you feeling about your car?
I'm hydrating as we're standing up here in the booth because that is a really long race, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We've had to. It was good to have some practice, but we still had to work on our race car a little bit. Haven't got the feel we need.
Well, it's a long day of waiting. We'll be watching the Indy 500, of course, and then we'll get ready. I think he's ready.
Yeah, Uncle Sam's here.
Yes. This is a special weekend. I love Memorial Day weekend. It's not just about a 3-day weekend. You know, we're a very patriotic family. I have a brother that's in the military, so it's an amazing weekend to honor those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice and give us the freedoms that I think people, you know, have a tendency to take for granted these days, or can, and we don't ever want that to happen. So it's a very special weekend. Cool pre-race ceremonies. Love it.
I love this decision, too, to come down pit road. They know they're not going to beat Ty Gibbs on equal footing. Let's come in, put some tires on. Maybe we can jump by him. There's only about 10 cars on the lead lap right now, so I think it's a good move by some of these guys to come down pit road.
All the Ventrini cars, right? The 25 of Parker Chase in as well. Corey Heim, Drew Dollar under the hood to make some adjustments on that car.
Yeah, I like this decision. Yes, sir. And pump the tires up, too. We know we're only going to have 2 or 3 laps on this restart, so let's pump the tires up to qualifying air pressures.
Yeah, so that's something that's going on as the race starts to come down to a close, Phil. You know, a lot of the crew chiefs are probably pumping the air pressures up as it comes, just in case you have a late race caution. You don't want to be on low air pressure and have a caution where 3 to go, where you're having to go out on low air.
Do you see all the adjustments they just made to Drew Dollar? They made wedge adjustment on right and left and a track bar adjustment, and they went under the hood. So I think they have a chance here. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Throwing the kitchen sink at it with a late race restart.
Corey Heim is another one of those cars that came down pit road.
Toyota Camry brings them down the front stretch right now. These races just fly by. Just like that, we're talking about the last few laps of this one. See how the points were shaping up when we came into this race this evening.
Remember the incredible consistency by Corey Heim. Third is his worst finish this year. Ty Gibbs with 3 wins. A 4th place finish at Daytona. Had trouble in an accident at Talladega that relegated him to a finish outside the top 15.
Kyle Sieg there having a difficult night down in 7th. He had a couple of good runs. Last time we saw him was his best finish of the season.
Yeah, all top 10 finishes this year for Kyle Sieg. Did not run all the races, did not run
Toledo, I believe. Younger brother of Ryan Sieg.
Hard hit today for Ryan in the Xfinity race.
And he takes care of his equipment so much, and today was so unfortunate for him. What are they thinking in the 18 camp? Here's the radio.
Sorry, I'm changing opinion again here. We're just talking about the 21 inexperience on the 1.5 miles. Bottom, you know what you've got. You get a good launch, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? And you won't have to worry about him getting loose under you, collecting you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know we've been going back and forth, but don't mean to drive you nuts here, but bottom might be a little bit better. Yeah.
I think they were discussing whether to restart on the inside or the outside, and I like that too. I mean, you kind of put it in your own hands a little bit by being on the inside and not have an opportunity for someone below you to get loose.
Yeah, I would stick with what he's been doing all night. He's always come out on top, restarting on the bottom. And if he does, you know, the worry is the 21 car is going to be on his outside, so we got 1 to go here. The 21's going to be on his outside, and he could get to that right rear quarter and drag him back, and it could be a battle, but I would be too nervous to restart on the outside if I was Ty with how strong his race car is, because, you know, battling for the lead, the very end of the race here, 1 to go. He could get loose under you, and you have the whole night wiped out in one simple mistake. So I think he'll be fine. It's going to be a crazy restart.
Unfortunate ending for Greg Van Alst. We talked about him running in the top 5. Something was going on with that car. We saw him go under the hood a couple of times, and it looks like that car has expired for the evening.
But another good effort, though, for Greg Van Alst.
Absolutely.
It looked like they had a battery. We were talking about earlier, like a battery issue or something.
Yeah, so I guess probably the alternator went dead.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't feel like they had enough time to change the battery, which is what it would have taken to keep him in the running.
Yeah. It's going to get wild. They better pull the old belts tight.
3 laps to go. Ty Gibbs on the bottom. Jack Wood on the outside.
Where have we got guys on tires here?
I think from about
a mix.
From about 5th on back, from 6th on back, Corey Heim is a top running car with tires. He's going to restart 6th there outside of Dave Mader, the 20 of Corey Heim.
Or if we're going to see some 3 wide here getting into 1.
I got to believe
Yes.
we will.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on those guys on fresh tires.
Oh, tire spin. Uh-oh.
How about Nick Sanchez really gave a nice push to Ty Gibbs. Jack Wood now finds himself way back in 6th spot.
Look at the tires all together. Corey Heim now in 3rd. Drew Dollar in 4th. Parker Chase had a good restart as well on those tires.
Boy, Nick Sanchez did a nice job holding those fresh tires back behind him. 1 to go.
What a day. What a year it has been for the 18-year-old. Ty Gibbs, the grandson of Coach Joe Gibbs, went to victory lane for the 2nd time in 6 races in the Xfinity Series race just a few hours ago. Got out, hopped in his ARCA Menards Series car. Here we are on the final lap, coming out of turn 4. Ty Gibbs has dominated this race, and he wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
The best driver winner.
What a day.
4th win of 2021.
Pretty good day for Ty Gibbs.
Man. Bright future ahead for the young man.
There's Coach, and he talks about it. He has all these amazing drivers, but there's nothing like watching his grandson.
What an outstanding job. Once again, led every single lap. Jamie, what a great battle we had coming down to the line for 4th. Parker Chase, I think, was 6th or 7th when they came off of turn 4. This is going in turn 3. You see Corey Heim, the 20. There's Drew Dollar.
Watch
Nick
all the way to the
Sanchez.
line. It got quite hairy here.
Watch, we don't even see the 25. You look him on the inside. Watch this.
Wow. What a save.
That was incredible.
Those tires, you said you loved that call.
Oh, yeah.
It worked out for all 3 of those drivers that pitted, finish in the top 4. Nick Sanchez brings it home 5th.
Is it too late for another nominee for the Reese's Sweet movie?
I don't think so.
I like it.
I don't know. We could say it is.
Parker Chase, great save.
Good job for him, just trying to get a little oval experience, and he brings it home top 5. Ty Gibbs, 2nd time in 1 day. He gets to burn it down on the front stretch with all these excited fans. Oh.
A sweet. Knocked it out of the park. Knocked it out of the park.
He's a golfer. You can see it right there, having a little fun, getting creative.
So we got Kyle Busch that has the bow, and we've got Ty Gibbs with the golf swing.
Arcade Osborne is there.
So much celebration here tonight. Look at his interaction with the fans. He's grabbing that checkered flag. So deserving of this kind of celebration. Ty Gibbs, 4th win here in the ARCA Menards Series. You know, Ty, what does this rank as the best day ever yet for you?
Man, what a hell of a day right there. I can't thank everybody enough. I guess we got to bring out the Verm. That was 2 in 1 day, and that was awesome. My guys, I can't thank them enough, and for all the hard work they put in. I got some awesome fans right here. I'm just excited. I'm probably going to take this thing out. I'm having a great celebration. I'm tired. I might drive this thing back to my house and just take a nap.
I can understand how that'd be the case. A couple of peanut butter and jellies to get yourself refocused here for this car. How did you stay focused for, let's say, 300 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway today?
Yeah, the Monster Energy, those will get you focused, and they got me, I had a couple of those and was all wired up before the race, and luckily we ended up back here and had a couple PB&Js, some strawberries, some watermelon, and a couple waters, and we're ready to go again.
Guys, there is a chant happening down here. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of celebration for Ty Gibbs, as it should be, and very well deserved. Jamie?
Oh, to be 18 years old. All that energy. Look at the burnout earlier in the Xfinity Series. He had to earn that one. In ARCA Menards Series, he led every single lap and burned it down once again. Picture perfect. Look at that smile. Ty Gibbs, it has been his show today. He swept the day. The General Tire 150 results. Look at Corey Heim, saved it.
Matt was all worried about him getting his worst finish of the year. Not so much to worry about. Matt finished second.
Luckily, he kept it up. Yeah, I was worried for a little bit, but nope, he was still going to pull through.
Drew Dollar had some contact throughout that race, but managed to bring it home third. Great call by the team to bring him down for tires there with just a few laps to go.
Parker Chase did a nice job on a paved oval.
Yes, it was good to see him there. Greg Van Alst, I mean, that just does not show how good they ran early on. They had an electrical issue. Max Gutierrez had his issues right at the end as well. Let's go back to Kate.
Nick Sanchez, actually an incredible day from a driver's perspective, but ended up 5th. You know, Nick, this is one of those times that restart, you knew that Drew Dollar and Corey Heim had put on some fresh tires. How did that affect your mentality?
Honestly, I thought we were going to be good there, but as you can see, I think we had a left rear going down, and then that last lap, I really felt it. I felt the rear end wiggle. I think we had a pretty good gap between them. I think we would have managed it, but honestly, just got caught on new tires. There's really nothing you could do.
Overall, though, he said it was a 9 as he ranked the day. Let's move on over here to Corey Heim, who ended up saving today, ended up second. But, you know, right after that qualifying session, Corey, I don't think I have ever seen you that disappointed with the car. How'd you do it today?
Yeah, I mean, you described it pretty good there. I was really disappointed with our speed and just the overall handling of our car. You know, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable that we finished second, honestly, just for how, you know, awful we were in practice and at the test, too. So, in hindsight, I think we just needed to bring a different car. We had some issues at Kansas as well, but overall, our Camry came a long way throughout the day, and Shannon Rush did a really good job on the box.
Another good learning lessons for Corey Heim here. Jamie?
Nick Sanchez had a left rear going down, and he still was able to hang on to it in the top 5. That's impressive. 18 years old, just pounding a Monster Energy in victory lane. It doesn't get better than that, right? Well, what a day. I hope that you all enjoyed. I mean, for a driver to dominate and lead every single lap, usually that's a tough call. But I feel like there was so much action tonight, and the ARCA Menards Series never disappoints.
It really doesn't. From second on back, and a little bit there at that one restart with Nick Sanchez and Ty Gibbs. But from second on back, those guys battled, and we never knew who was going to finish second. Obviously, Corey Heim never ran as high as second until the last lap.
Well, we keep talking about these drivers who were in the field for the first time. We had a guy in the booth for the first time. Matty D, you did a great job. What was it like from your perspective?
Thanks, Jamie. It's a little bit different up in the booth, but I think I did okay for having my rookie stripes on, watching these guys. It was a lot of fun. You know what the cool part is just seeing, you know, I'm in the race car and doing it all from behind the wheel, but seeing how the production goes on from behind the scenes is pretty fun. So maybe if I did okay enough, you guys will have me back.
Well, you're getting very good at listening to people talking in your ear while you're trying to state your thoughts, right? Well,
that's the hard part right there, I'll tell you.
It really is, as we're doing it right now. We talked a lot about Nick Sanchez tonight, and deservedly so, but it was his cheering section, his family, his mom. Look at this, 20 guests tonight. So his whole family supporting him. As I mentioned earlier, they've all made the move, I believe, from Miami to Charlotte to watch him live out his dream here. They met him down on the racetrack. It's so nice to see families back in the garage supporting their drivers. Another trophy to take home. That room's got to be getting full.
Already. What a season. 6 wins combined between ARCA and Xfinity. He's also won an East and a West race. So 8 wins already this year for 18-year-old Ty Gibbs.
You know, a lot of drivers will jump in a lower series like the ARCA series to get laps for the bigger series. He went backwards today, and no problem. Just won them both as he continues doing the hat dance down there in victory lane.
How's he going to celebrate, though? He can't have a beer.
So he's going to celebrate with a Monster drink, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. I guess a Monster, a PB&J.
He's old enough
Strawberries.
to have that Monster. Matt, any takeaways tonight that you can learn for tomorrow night's 600 miler?
Yeah, kind of watching how the PJ or the traction compound, gosh, we talked about that a lot. Traction compound, how that came in was something that I was paying really close attention to. But it's interesting to see these guys, you know, and a lot of learning experiences, the things like the folks, you know, coming down on your door and the guys that are just having these learning experiences at a 1.5 mile track. So it was interesting to watch, but man, amazing saves by a few of these guys, though, huh?
There were a lot of great saves. I have a feeling we'll be seeing more of that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., it's Cup Race Day on FS1. Then switch on over to Fox at 5:30 for the continuation of Race Day and the Coca-Cola 600. Coming up next is the Spring League with the Generals versus Jousters. On behalf of Phil Parsons, Matt DiBenedetto, and our entire Fox Sports team, I'm Jamie Little. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.